Welcome back. The Biden administration is urging Congress to approve more money for Ukraine. The administration warning that it may impact the U.S. military readiness. OMB Director Shalanda Young sending a letter to congressional leaders writing this: by the end of the year, we will run out of resources to procure more weapons and equipment for Ukraine and to provide equipment from U.S. military stock. There is no magical pot of funding. We're out of money to support Ukraine in this fight. This isn't a next year problem. It is time for Congress to act. Joining me now is Alabama Congressman Jerry Carl, a member of the House Appropriations and Natural Resources Committees. Congressman, your response.
Good morning, Maria. My response is very simple. If we can get Schumer in the Senate to send us a package over, preferably a package that doesn't include Ukraine, Israel, and the border, and we can rework it here in the House, we can help. As far as Ukraine, I'm not in the mood to send Ukraine more money. Israel needs help, obviously, and our borders are just totally out of control. I don't know how we can even talk about security with our borders being so open. And this administration's lack of effort to even want to try to seal those borders up. So I think we're really wasting time here in the House to be talking about Ukraine funding at this point till we can get some conversations opened up and some solid conversations about our border itself.
Yeah, but look at what you just heard from Shalanda Young talking about the fact that we are running out of money and we could see an impact on our own resources. I mean, you're on the Armed Services Committee. What can you tell us about our troop readiness, about our armament right now? Are we running low on ammunition?
Well, we've been dipping into our stockpile for the last 3 years. Yeah. So this is nothing new. The original package we put together, we were assured that was money that was being to replace our armor that we were shipping over to Ukraine. I don't think that's been the case. I think we've poured all of our resources towards Ukraine. So we're at a point now that we've really got to make some hard decisions as a country. Is our security more important than Ukraine's security? And I truly believe it is. We've got to close our borders. We've got to focus on our ports ourselves. We've got to beef our Coast Guard up. There's so many things we have to do to our own borders and sending money to Ukraine right now. It's just not an option in my mind. Now, they may put a package together and we all may have to hold our nose and vote for it at the end. But I promise you the border's going to be in there, and it's going to be a strong border package, not just an administrative border package. That we can all tolerate and push through.
Border package meaning a change in policy or money for the border?
I think more money for the border wall itself, more money for the not the administrative side of it. They want more money. Everything they talked about is more money to process more people. I'm not interested in processing more people. I'm more interested in putting a wall up and stopping.
Well, look, the president keeps getting fact-checked on all of this, and he got fact-checked several times on the economy on X or Twitter. In the first post, Biden writes this: let me be clear to any corporation that hasn't brought their prices back down, even as inflation has come down, it's time to stop the price gouging. He's blaming corporate America on the reckless spending coming out of the Democrats. The Community Notes post says this: as long as the inflation rate is positive, prices are increasing, noting the slowing rate of price increases. Biden is also getting called out after writing this: inflation was 0% last month, and our economy grew by more than 5% last quarter. The Community added context. He's citing the PCE index, which showed no change in inflation between months, noting the CPI index showing 3.2% rise in inflation. Congressman, he's looking at month to month. Sure, inflation has come down from the highs, but it's come down from 40-year highs of 9.1% over the last year. So we're still in an inflationary environment, Congressman.
It's like living in a science fiction movie. They just keep telling you these numbers over and over and over and over. They hope you start believing it. You know as well as I do, a CEO that doesn't make money for his corporation is job hunting. So, we've got to have healthy companies. We've got to make profits. Used to be a millionaire was something pretty special. Now it's billionaires. So with this inflation over the last 3 years, there's nothing Biden can tell us at this point to change most people's minds between now and November. Very simply, look at Christmas turkey. Look at what the cost of food is. Look at when you pump a gallon of gas. Oh, well, the gas is down. They'll stroke themselves and say, you know, the gas is down 20% over a year ago. But where were we 3 years ago when he took over? You know, they don't want to deal with reality. They just want to keep putting spins on their numbers, and it's catching up with them. To be perfectly honest, I see it in my district every day.
I mean, what can you do about it? The Biden administration is announcing plans to buy 2.7 million barrels of oil to help replenish the nation's emergency stockpile. They're buying at about $79 a barrel. That's more than 40% of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve was sold off last year, Congressman. So he used the Strategic Petroleum Reserve as a political animal by selling off parts of the SPR at a time that there wasn't an emergency to do that, but he went into the SPR. Now he's got to buy that oil back, and look where he's buying it, $79 a barrel. How dangerous is this?
We're going to take financial advice from a guy that sells at an all-time low and buys at an all-time high. I mean, that's just the opposite of business where I'm from. So we warned him about draining those resources. He did it purely for political purposes. Now we, the taxpayers, are going to pay, I think you just quoted 40% higher to replenish that stock. And he needs to wear that. We need to point at him and ask why. You know, why now? Why did you deplete him then? Which we all know was just to get the price the price down at the time and pay at the pump. He has destroyed our petrol market. I mean, he's just closed the range up in Alaska. We've just stopped him from closing stuff in the Gulf. We fought on the rice as well issue, trying to get that, because that's all that's targeting is the petro industry. And we can't allow that to happen in this country. We've got to get this guy replaced. I mean, under Donald Trump, we didn't have these problems. Under Donald Trump, we were drilling, we were independent, and that's where we need to be. We're Americans, and we should be very proud of that, and not keep holding our heads down like this administration has drug us to be.
All right, Congressman. I believe the Trump administration loaded up that SPR at very cheap prices. Yeah. They were buying oil to fill it up because oil was so cheap at the time. Now we're way higher, and this administration has to overpay for it. Congressman, thank you. Jerry Carl joining us this morning.
Thank you, Maria. Merry Christmas.
Right. And to you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.